Welcome to Multiplication Part 4. In this video, we're going to learn how to memorize the multiplication facts once and for all. We're going to be focusing on the same 10 facts that we've been using throughout this series. After you've spent a few days becoming familiar with the core 10 facts we've been talking about, then you'll begin to memorize them with a simple method that's been proven to work in study after study. At this point, you'll have 10 flashcards that look something like this. Now we're going to create flashcards for studying. You'll keep the question and the picture as before, but for these cards, you'll leave off the answer and the text. These flashcards will look like traditional flashcards, except that yours will include the picture that you've been associating with this fact. You can create the flashcard on the back of your original fact card, or you can create a new set of cards and write the answer on the back. Just make sure you can't see the answer through the card. Once you've made your 10 flashcards, you're ready to commit them to memory using a method called the Lightner method. This is also known as spaced repetition. The method is quick and simple to use, and as a bonus, it's a great study tool for anything that you want to learn. The idea here is to space out your practice so that your brain has to struggle a little. This helps the information to be stored into long-term memory, and that way once you learn it, you'll always know it. Here's how spaced repetition works. You're going to have 5 stacks of cards. You'll make a card for each stack with the following titles: daily, every other day, once a week, once every 2 weeks, and a mastery review card. All 10 of your facts will begin in the daily stack. These stacks represent how frequently you review the information. You will test yourself daily with these cards. Once you can answer a card with no hesitation, you move that card to the next stack. If you miss an answer at any stage, the card will go back to the first stack. The goal is to memorize these facts so that you can recall them with no hesitation. Here's an example. Say that you have 7 times 7 equals in the daily stack and it's been there for several days. Then one day you can answer 49 with no hesitation. Then that card will move to the every other day stack. Now the 7 times 7 equals is in the every other day stack, and it will move up as long as you correctly answer the question from now on. If you have 4 times 7 equals in the once every 2 week stack and you forget that 4 times 7 is 28, then you put that card back into the daily stack. Now you'll continue with 4 times 7 equals daily until you can answer 28 without hesitation. Eventually all the cards are going to be mastered, and at that time you can use them for review. A few minutes a day is all that you're going to need to master these facts. In those few minutes, make sure that you're totally focused and you'll begin to commit these to memory very quickly. I'm really excited for you. You've made it this far, and I know that your math world is about to change, and you are making it happen. Once you begin to commit these facts to memory, you're going to begin to see changes in all your abilities. You will have an increased understanding of different areas of math, and you'll be saving time and gaining confidence. And this is also super important, is to remember to really focus on these facts. They're your building blocks to all of math. If you have to think about an answer for more than a second, you need to return the card to the daily stack. So don't guess ever. You want to know these facts once and for all. For clarification, when I talk about 1 second or no hesitation, I'm referring to memorization. When I talk about being able to answer within 3 seconds, this is for skip counting or doubling or any other method of getting to an answer that's not memorization. Ideally, the faster the better. If skip counting bogs you down in any way or causes occasional errors, then you may want to consider adding those facts to the 10 facts you're memorizing. A great way to practice is to study with a friend, and research tells us to follow these 2 guidelines. So when your friend shows you a question such as 7 times 7 equals, they should allow a maximum of 3 seconds before you answer. And if you can't answer in the 3 seconds, then your friend should say the correct answer out loud and return the card to the stack. The goal here is not to guess, and hearing the correct answer out loud will help you to remember it. This information is so important that it's worth pointing out again. This is all for you. If you want to stop struggling, fight for it. Do what it takes. This is the quickest and easiest way to begin seeing results. Knowing these facts will begin to change everything for you in math. This is the last step to finally get these 10 facts into long-term memory. And if you haven't mastered your 9s yet, or just a little shaky, join me in the last video in this multiplication series. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're interested in resources that support this series, click the link in the description.